I want to be an engineer.
I want to be a filmmaker.
I want to become an entrepreneur.
Now I have become an RN.
I'm a healthcare professional.
I want to be a successful businessman.
Hello and welcome to fYouTure here on Fullerton College Television. My name is Stevenson, and today we'll be having a fellow Hornet share with us why they chose their major and how that choice will benefit their future. Here with us is James Heil.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you doing, James?
I'm doing all right.
So please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, to start off, I'm 18 years old. I was born in Los Angeles and grew up in a Catholic household and, found movies at a young age and, like to make movies and get a little crazy.
So on that note about movies, can you please tell us about your major?
Well, my major is film and digital media, so that's, fun.
So what is it about film that you wanted to pursue this?
Film has been sort of ingrained in my head for a very, very long time, pretty much since I was little, and it's been one of those things that, sometimes times get tough and, you need to get into, something that's sort of creative and allows you to sort of express yourself, so film has been sort of that thing that's allowed me to move forward and keep a level head.
And then, so you said you've kept your level head. Is there anyone who's inspired you to pursue film and keep it going?
Yeah, there's been quite a few people. My family, my video production teacher, sophomore year, Mr. Martin Chavez, great guy. He taught me a lot of what I know. My best friend, Anthony Sanchez, helped me out a lot, and so that's been great. And my family, of course, has been very supportive.
So how has your family been supporting you through, your filmmaking decisions and wanting to pursue this as your major?
Well, I've been getting, books from certain people. Like I got Rebel Without a Crew by Robert Rodriguez from my dad. I remember one time he bought it on Amazon because I was like, I need to really read this book. I think this would really help me. And so he bought it for me and a couple other ones that I have. And the other two I haven't touched yet, which is really stupid on my part, but I just have been dealing
You'll
with
get to it. You're young.
Yeah, I'm slow, but I'll get there.
And then how has film influenced your personal life?
Film has been sort of a filter for a lot of different things where, there's certain concepts and stuff that maybe, normal people wouldn't really understand. I sort of filter it through film and it just makes a lot of sense to me. And it's been one of those things that, if I'm dealing with, trouble and stuff, that sort of those things that kind of get you down in your personal life that, film has been a nice little escape and a little thing to sort of show that it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, everyone needs that one thing that keeps them going. And I mean, it's good that you found yours as film.
Yeah, film and God. It's both. But I mean, film is definitely probably the one that sort of is that expression.
So can you please tell me who is your favorite director and the film they've made and just why that stands out to you?
There's quite a few filmmakers actually that have sort of inspired me and wanted me to sort of push forward. People like Sam Raimi, who did the Evil Dead films, George Miller, who did the Mad Max movies, and Hitchcock with Rope, Rear Window, Vertigo, things like that. Braveheart, Saving Private Ryan, Terminator 2, Total Recall, Blade Runner, RoboCop, Citizen Kane, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, just a bunch of movies that have sort of been there in my childhood.
And then to kind of ask like the reverse question, what are some like the worst films you've seen?
Movies that I feel like are sort of bland. There's Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I can't stand it. It puts me to sleep. There's also The Room, which is my favorite so bad it's good movie. It's just an absolute miracle of a film. Thank you, Tommy Wiseau. And the worst film I've ever seen is Axum, also known as The Weekend It Lives, where it's just migraine-inducing and just makes you want to get violent afterward. It's bad.
But you don't, right?
No. Well, I smashed my door with a pillow after I saw it. It's unhealthy.
And so I know that you're a student here at Fullerton College. So tell me about some of the classes that you've been taking and just, what inspires you to keep going in these classes.
Well, film has definitely been sort of that push.
Actually, let's come back to this question. We're going to go on a short commercial break, so stay tuned.
All right.
Welcome back to Future. I'm Stephanie Stevenson here with James, and he's talking to me about why he chose film at Fullerton College and what steps he's taken along the way. So can you please tell us some of the classes that you've taken while you're here at Fullerton?
I've been taking a college writing class, so that's sort of helped with a little bit of the creative part of it and the analysis and things like that. And I'm taking sociology, so that sort of adds a whole level of subtext that could theoretically go into my films later on. And of course, documentary filmmaking, which is, a nice outlet to sort of see what life is like and how to, make movies when you don't have a script or anything like that.
Yeah, like the real world documentary.
Yeah.
Okay. So in your documentary film class, what challenges has that presented to you?
Well, it's had its positives and negatives. I mean, you don't have to work with a script. Your crews are pretty small usually, which I really like. I don't like large crews. They sort of intimidate me. But being able to sort of see people in their natural environment and get cool shots without having to worry about, setups and things like that's been really nice.
Okay.
Negatives, basically working around people and sort of trying to, edit your way through it and make it work.
Yeah, because if you don't have the scripts, then you have to do it with the real life.
Yeah, to a certain extent. It's that thing of, oh, okay, you have this shot that you really want, and then you have this shot just somewhere over here, and you're like, whoa, okay, hold on, let me see if I can sort of make it fit together. And sometimes continuity sort of goes out the window unintentionally, but it happens.
And then I know that you're working on a documentary fusion project. What is that?
Documentary fusion is a combination of different documentary styles. There's interpersonal, there's adding voice of God narration, a profile on different people, and the one that we're doing now is most likely going to be about the Kelly Thomas beating, which happened back in 2011. Apparently, people still leave memorials and stuff up to him, and yet nationally nobody talks about it anymore. And especially in a time when police brutality has been sort of a big prevalent topic. It shouldn't just be about one group of people or that group of people. It should be about all the people that it's happened to, and nobody should be forgotten.
Yeah, and then so talking about all this, what kind of film do you want to be making in the future?
Honestly, it's just whatever I can get my hands on. If I can get my hands on a horror film or a comic book movie or something like that, horror film, sort of just pay tribute and sort of add a little love letter to the things that I grew up with, and being able to sort of express that passion of this is something I love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been, great.
But of all that, what's your preference if you had to pick one?
I think I'd probably do better as an action director or as an action comedy director. Like, my favorite TV show of all time is Firefly, so something sort of that space opera, maybe a post-apocalyptic film. Like, I have one in mind that I really want to do, which is, about this lone gunman wandering the wasteland trying to get his wife back during a time when people are trying to take over this little wasteland that's left.
And then, so where do you see yourself in a couple years after you've been taking all these classes and school's over?
I see myself basically, making more films, writing more scripts, doing my thing, sort of exploring a little bit of life's journeys and seeing what's out there, exploring my faith and things like that, and really working with it and seeing what happens.
All right, well, I have one last question for you. Do you have any pointers that you'd want to give to future students who are pursuing film?
Yeah, basically, if you're going ahead and doing film, go for it. If whatever passion you have in your life, do it. Just make it work. You won't regret it. And if it doesn't work out for you, there's other avenues that you can take in your life. And I'd say do what you can.
All right, well, thank you, James, for coming on the show and sharing with us your wise words. You inspire future and current students everywhere. This has been another encouraging episode of Future. Your future is right there in front of you. You just have to make the right step forward. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you next time here on FCTV. Take care.
Yeah.